Students, good morning you to all. आमे एपिथेलियल टिश्यू रो पार्ट 1 टा पढ़ीचे तार टाइप्स को आसीबा टाइप्स ऑफ एपिथेलियम. We have already covered its characteristic feature and the outline classification. Now we discuss one by one. Broadly, epithelial tissue classified into two types. One is simple epithelium, another is compound epithelium. When the cells in epithelial tissue they are arranged in a single layer, ताको आमे कहले simple epithelium or unilayered epithelium or a non-stratified epithelium. So that simple epithelium again is of several types on several bases. What are they? Simple epithelium, number one, squamous epithelium. What is squamous epithelium? The term squamous derived from squama, which means scales, means scales of fish, scales of reptiles, such like scale, which is polygonal in shape, very much thin and flat, very much so much thin that centrally placed nucleus provides bulging appearance. ताको कहबा squamous epithelium. Means the shape of cell, on the basis of the shape of cells present in epithelial tissue, we classify the simple epithelium into squamous, columnar, cuboidal. And this is squamous, whose shape is polygonal in shape, very much thin, flat, so much thin that centrally placed nucleus provides one bulging appearance. This epithelium is also called tessellated epithelium, because the cells are arranged like the tiles in a floor, and due to their wavy-like appearance, this is pavement epithelium also. Pavement epithelium. Because of a polygonal in shape, because of scale-like appearance, it is called squamous epithelium. Because the cells are arranged like the tiles in a floor called pavement epithelium. And due to their wavy-like appearance, it is also called tessellated epithelium. So this is squamous epithelium. Next, columnar epithelium. Columnar epithelium, what? The shape of cells just like a column means pillar, just like column. The nucleus present at the base, and this is the basement membrane, and this is nucleus present at the base and the cell. This is columnar epithelium. Means the shape of cells just like a column, just like a pillar, where length increases than breadth. Nucleus is at the base. This is columnar epithelium. Then third type is your cuboidal epithelium. In this type of epithelium, the shape of cells are just like a cube, where length, breadth and height all are same, just like a cube. nucleus is at the center. Nucleus is at the center. Cell, nucleus, and this is basement membrane. So this is cuboidal epithelium. So on the basis of the shape of cells in the epithelial tissue, may be squamous epithelium, may be columnar epithelium, may be cuboidal epithelium. And number 4 is ciliated columnar, ciliated cuboidal. When the columnar cells but possesses the cilia-like structure on its free surface, that is called ciliated epithelium. Or cuboidal epithelial cells when possesses cilia-like structure on its free end, on its free surface, that is called ciliated columnar epithelium. Then 5, number 5, ciliated columnar. So columnar cells possesses cilia on its free surface. Cilia on its free surface. Then it is called ciliated columnar. And ciliated cuboidal also, ciliated cuboidal, when cuboidal epithelial, basically they are cuboidal epithelium, but possesses cilia on its free surface. Cilia on its free surface, it is called ciliated cuboidal epithelium. So on the basis of shape of cells, may be squamous epithelium, it is also called tessellated epithelium, it is also called pavement epithelium. Due to wavy-like appearance, it is tessellated epithelium, because arranged just like tiles in a floor, pavement epithelium. The cell shape of cell just like a column pillar where length increases than breadth. Nucleus is at the base, called columnar epithelium. When shape of cells are just like a cube, when in a cube like length, breadth and width, height all are same, that is called cuboidal epithelium. And when cilia, the locomotory organelle, when possesses at the surface of columnar epithelium or free surface of cuboidal epithelium, it is called ciliated columnar or ciliated cuboidal epithelium. Next, pilamane, on the basis of their location, where that epithelial cells locate, on the basis of their location, they may be sensory or germinal. Sensory or germinal. Number 5, sensory epithelium. Sensory epithelium. Basically, they are columnar epithelium. Basically, columnar epithelium, but present line the surface of the sense organ, and that sense organ possesses various sensory hair, sensory epithelium, and to pick up one stimulus, and like that they are present in various sense organ. Olfactoreceptor cells, receptor cells, phonoreceptor cells, photoreceptor cells, gustatory receptor cells, and thigmoreceptor cells. So we are having 5 sense organ: eye, ear, nose, tongue and skin. And these 5 sense organ, they possesses the epithelium called sensory epithelium. And that sensory epithelial cells, they possesses various sensory hair which help to pick up the stimulus. Photoreceptor cell meant for pick up the light present in eye. The phonoreceptor cell respond to sound, pick up the stimulus sound present in ear. The olfactory receptor cell pick up the stimulus, that is smell. The gustatory receptor cell present on the tongue pick up the stimulus like taste. The thigmoreceptor cell that present in the skin pick up the stimulus like heat, cold. Thermoreceptor cell, physidoreceptor cell, receptor cell, like that. So when the basically columnar epithelium but possesses at various sense organ, and that is for receiving different stimuli, that is called sensory epithelium. Next, that is germinal epithelium. Germinal epithelium. Number 6, germinal epithelium. Students, basically we are having two type of cells. One is somatic cell, another is germinal cell. Who are the germinal cells? The cells lining the testis and the cells lining the ovary are only the germinal epithelium. Suppose in case of a male body, our primary sex organ is presence of testis. So that testis, its lining surface is constitute of germinal epithelium. And the germinal epithelium only the cells that undergoes meiotic cell division. And in case of female body, ovary, the primary sex organ, the gonadial cell, the reproductive cell, its lining is only with germinal epithelium. So germinal epithelium, basically they are cuboidal epithelium. They are cuboidal epithelium, and when that cuboidal epithelium lines the testis in case of male, testis in case of male are the germinal epithelium. The lining surface of testis in case of male and lining surface of ovary in case of female, they are the only germinal epithelium. These two are the only germinal epithelium. And this germinal epithelium, they divide in the process of meiosis to produce the sex cell, to produce the gamete, that is male gamete, sperm in case of a male, and female gamete, ovum in case of ovary in case of female. And rest all the body parts with somatic cell and undergoes the mitotic division. So germinal epithelium, their occurrence in your body, in body of human being, only testis in case of male, ovary in case of female. Basically they are cuboidal epithelium, that is germinal epithelium. Next, pigmented epithelium. Pigmented epithelium. Pigmented epithelium. Pigmented epithelium, we are having different pigments in different parts of our body. Choroid pigment, melanin pigment, like that, and piameter pigment, pigmented epithelium. And there was adapted, modified to synthesize pigments. And when certain epithelial cells modified to synthesize, form pigment, and basically cuboidal or columnar epithelium, that is called pigmented epithelium. Then myoepithelium. Myoepithelium. Myoepithelium are one type of specialized simple epithelium. The cells constitute myoepithelium are called myoepitheliocyte. Myoepitheliocyte. And these cells, like muscle cells, has ability to contract. We know muscle cells only that ability to contract and relax. The contractile proteins are there. And like that, certain epithelial cells called myoepithelium, they also have that ability of contract and relax like the muscle cell, and present exclusively certain secretory duct portion of mammary gland, that is myoepithelium. And next, pseudostratified epithelium. Pseudostratified epithelium. What is pseudostratified epithelium? Pseudo means pilamane false. Stratified means many layered. That is falsely many layered. But truly cells are arranged in a single layer. That's why they are placed in simple category. So what is the meaning of falsely many layered? The cells in the tissue have truly arranged in a single layer. But due to their dissimilar in shape, they appears to be arranged in two layers. Due to dissimilar in their shape, appears to be arranged in two layers. But how then we confirm that it is a single or simple epithelium? Since all the cells rest upon the non-cellular basement membrane. We have already discussed in its characteristic feature that when the cells are arranged in a single layer, it is called simple epithelium, and in simple epithelium all the cells rest upon the non-cellular basement membrane. But in compound epithelium, only the cells that present at the base, only the cells of a basal layer, only the cells of a deepest layer rest upon the non-cellular basement membrane. So since all the cells here rest upon the non-cellular basement membrane, we confirm that it is a simple epithelium. But seems to be arranged in two layers, so-called pseudostratified, falsely many layered, but truly a single layer, hence called pseudostratified epithelium. Next, last, that means simple epithelium को हमें कौन पिला माने कले जो डिफरेंट टाइप रे हमें ताको विभक्त करिचे सिंपल एपिथेलियम को ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ द शेप ऑफ सेल्स ताको हमें स्क्वामस, कॉलमनार एवं ट्यूबोइडल रे विभक्त कले एवं तार डिफरेंट लोकेशन अनुसार ताको हमें सेंसरी जर्मिनाल रे विभक्त कले एवं तार डिफरेंट मॉडिफिकेशन अनुसार पिगमेंट एपिथेलियम, मायो एपिथेलियम एवं स्यूडोस्ट्राटिफाइड एपिथेलियम एमित्रे एवं गोटे मॉडिफाइड एपिथेलियम आमे जिबा से सिंपल एपिथेलियम को ताकू कहिबा ग्लैंडुलर एपिथेलियम। ग्लैंडुलर एपिथेलियम। What is then glandular epithelium? When epithelial cells have modified to perform a specific functions of glands, that is called glandular epithelium. किछि epithelial cells ग्रंथिर भूमिका निभेबे ता कहबा ग्लैंडुलर एपिथेलियम एवं से ग्लैंडुलर एपिथेलियम को आमे वेरियसली क्लासिफाइड करिचे कोन आमे ताको क्लासिफाइड करिचे नंबर 1 on the basis of presence or absence of duct with them, on the basis of presence or absence of duct with them से ग्लैंडुलर एपिथेलियम को आमे कौन करिचे एक्सोक्राइन ग्लैंड, एंडोक्राइन ग्लैंड, पैराक्राइन ग्लैंड, हेटेरोक्राइन ग्लैंड, मिक्स्ड ग्लैंड on the basis of whether presence or absence of duct. टिके बैक को आमे जीवा पिला माने what is a gland? It is one secretory unit which secretes some substance, chemical substance. That secretory unit may be a cell, may be certain cells, tissue, organ, may be. And when that cells modify to form glands, that is called glandular epithelium. So that glandular epithelium is variously classified. Number 1, on the basis of presence or absence of duct with them. Normally glands where they secrete is called site of secretion, and where they present in different parts of the body, normally there that gland secretes some secretory substance and is called site of secretion. But what the gland secrete the substance, the secretory substance has its action at another part of the body normally. That is called site of action. Suppose this is gland, the site of secretion, this is residence, suppose. But here it's target organ. What that gland secrete, the secretory substance has its action at another part of the body called target organ or site of action. Suppose this is office, this is residence, this is office. So residence ru office ku kemiti jibo on that point, on that basis, if the gland is associated with duct or not, presence or absence of duct, it is of following types. Exocrine gland, if the gland is associated with a specific duct, then it is said to be exocrine. So exocrine gland means with duct gland. Your salivary gland, all the three pairs of salivary gland. The parotid salivary gland is associated with a Stenson's duct. Your sublingual salivary gland, your submaxillary, your liver hepatic duct present, seminal vesicle seminal duct present. When the gland is associated with a duct, that means from the site of secretion to the site of action, the secretory substance travels with the help of a duct. If then it is said to be your exocrine gland. Then endocrine gland, ductless gland means from the site of secretion to the site of action there is devoid of any duct, but the secretory substance travels to the site of action through blood. then it is said to be endocrine. Said to be endocrine. So ductless gland. There are several endocrine glands. Hypothalamus, pituitary, pineal, your thyroid, parathyroid, your adrenal, like that. Endocrine gland. Paracrine gland. What is paracrine gland? Office cum residence. Site of action, site of secretion at the same place. There is no need to travel that secretory substance from the site of secretion to the site of action. Because where that secretory substance secretes, the secretory substance has its action at the same place. The gastric gland that present in the stomach. The gastric gland secretes gastric juice, and the gastric juice has its action at the same place in the stomach. That is paracrine. No duct, no blood. No duct, no blood. Site of action and site of secretion at the same place. Site of action and site of secretion at the same place. Same place. That is paracrine. Your gastric gland. Your gastric gland. Heterocrine. Heterocrine. Heterocrine is both duct, both blood. From the site of secretion to the site of your pancreas. Your pancreas. It has exocrine part. Exocrine part. It has also endocrine part. Endocrine part. Exocrine part, so with duct, endocrine part with blood. That means heterocrine, yes duct, yes blood. Yes duct, yes blood. This is paracrine, no duct, no blood. Yes blood. Yes duct. Yes. Horn duct, horn blood, nan duct, nan blood, horn duct, horn blood. Your pancreas, your pancreas. It is your different several endocrine gland. Pituitary, thyroid, parathyroid, adrenal, etc. etc. Your salivary gland, liver, mixed gland. In addition to perform certain major physiological activity, also perform glandular function. Means heart, the chief circulatory organ. But in addition to that, it also secretes atrionatric uretic factor, ANF. ANF. Heart. So heart, being the chief circulatory organ, also perform glandular function. What is that? It secretes ANF hormone. Kidney, the chief excretory organ, still it function glandular function. Angiotensinogen. Renin, enzymatic hormone is secreted. Kidney. Kidney. Renin. It secretes renin. So, mixed gland, in addition to perform certain major physiological activity, kidney has major physiological activity that it perform excretory function. But it also secretes renin. Heart, the major physiological function is circulation, but also glandular function that it secretes atrionatric uretic factor. So, this is on the basis of presence or absence of duct with them it is exocrine, endocrine, heterocrine, paracrine and mixed. Next, on the basis of mode of secretion, maybe apocrine, holocrine and merocrine, apocrine, holocrine, merocrine. Apocrine on the basis of mode of secretion, how that secretory substance is secreted from that cells. So suppose this is one glandular cell. What the gland secrete, the secretory substance first of all accumulate at its tip, then the secretory substance along with the apical part is secreted out, that is apocrine gland. Holocrine, your submaxillary gland, holocrine, this is one glandular cell. What that glandular epithelium secrete, the secretory substance along with the entire cell is secreted out. And in merocrine, the secretory substance only has to secreted out. Here only the secretory substance has to secreted out. Remain the cell intact. Here the secretory substance along with the entire cell is secreted out. Here only the secretory substance along with its apical part is secreted out. So on the second basis, mode of secretion, it is apocrine, holocrine and merocrine. Then number 3, on the basis of the nature of secretion, on the basis of the nature of secretion, mucus gland, serous gland and mixed gland. Means here it is rich in mucin, a thick substance, thick secretion, thick sticky secretion, अठालिया भलिया गोटे सब आमर parotid salivary gland. It is watery fluid, पूरा पूरी पानी पानी, sublingual. It is one watery fluid. It is thick and sticky secretion, rich in mucin, and it is both mucous and serous in nature, mixed, both mucous and serous in nature, and it is your submaxillary or submandibular. So thirdly, on the basis of nature of secretion, what that glandular epithelium secretes, whether it secretes a thick sticky substance rich in mucin, that is called mucus gland. Your parotid gland is one mucus gland. Whether the glandular epithelium secretes one watery fluid, that is called serous gland, your sublingual gland, and whether the glandular epithelium secretes the mixture of both mucous and serous, then it is submaxillary or submandibular gland. Then number 4, on the basis of number of cells involved, on the basis of number of cells present, that is unicellular gland, unicellular and multicellular. Multicellular. The multicellular gland again, on the basis of the shape of secretory unit, shape of secretory unit, जो secretory unit रे से secrete करिवो ता shape ता कौन, on the basis of the shape of secretory unit may be tubular, just like tube, tubular, alveolar or acinar, just like a flux, just like flux, and tubulo-alveolar, tubulo-alveolar means tube-like, also flask-like, tubulo-alveolar. So, this is all about your glandular epithelium. There, on the basis of 4 types, they are variously classified. On the basis of their nature of secretion, may be mucus, serous, mixed, whether presence or absence of duct, semane hele exocrine, endocrine, paracrine, heterocrine, mixed. On the basis of mode of secretion, apocrine, holocrine, merocrine, एवं number of cell अनुसारे unicellular, multicellular again on the basis of shape of secretory unit, tubular, alveolar and tubulo-alveolar. आउ टिके पिला माने गोटे अछि stratified epithelium, compound epithelium ताकू आमे कोन करिचे ना एक stratified squamous, stratified columnar, stratified cuboidal and transitional. We have already told you that when the cells are arranged in many layer, and in many layer there is one surface layer. This is surface layer, this is basal layer and this is middle layer, and this is basement membrane. Only the cells of basal layer rest upon the basement membrane. So on the basis of shape of cells present at the surface layer, what type of cell, which shape of cell present at the surface layer, that may be squamous, columnar, cuboidal. If polygonal cells present, it is called squamous. If surface layer columnar cells present, stratified columnar. If at the surface layer cuboidal cells present, it is stratified cuboidal. And last, the transitional epithelium, it has certain characteristic. The cells have all the 3 germ layers: ectoderm, endoderm, mesoderm. The characteristic of transitional epithelium, the cells are arranged in many layers, so called stratified. But certain deviating characters are there. What? In all other epithelial tissue, cells have originated either from ectoderm or endoderm or mesoderm. But here, cells of all the 3 germ layers present. Number 1. Number 2, there is no basement membrane. Also, cells of, normally we are having diploid cells. Here tetraploid, octaploid cells also present. And these epithelial cells tissue exclusively present in urinary system, so called urothelium. It present at the urinary bladder, ureter and urethra. So exclusively, since it present at the urinary system, it is also called urothelium. So transitional epithelium पिला माने गोटे खिचुड़ी epithelium. Embryonic, all the three germ layers here present. Ectodermal cells present, endodermal cells present, also mesodermal cells also here present. So this is all about your types of epithelium and their overall function पिला माने accordingly where that present, like your mainly protection, secretion, provide support, etc., etc. This is all about your epithelial tissue. In your next class, we will discuss about your connective tissue. Then, thank you all for today.